So let's come on over to our mat with our ball and see how our spine is doing. And we're just going to wake it up slowly and take a few deep breaths. And let's put the ball between our knees and just feel that as we squeeze and then roll the shoulders down, and take a couple more slow breaths. We're going to put the awareness in our back and along the whole spine as we breathe, and start to roll the low back down and gently release, bringing the navel to the spine. So we're going to activate the lower abs and do that a couple more times. Take those deep breaths in and out. And even feel how the toes and the feet are lengthening. So you feel the arches in your feet. And then let's bring the arms out and slowly lift the arms and the hips up. And very slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. Feel that deep connection with the mat, and then bring the hips up again and the arms. And we're going to do a couple more. And notice when we're doing this, we're really getting the belly activated. And we're going to do one more, and just take your time, bringing the arms and the hips up. And now we're going to lift the right toes up and put the right toes down, and then the left toes. So we're stretching the feet a little bit, and left toes down, and right heel up, and right heel down, and left heel up, and left heel down. And then let's come down with our hips. And we're going to bring our arms in a goalpost position and feel that curve in your back. Let's slowly roll the head to the right and take a breath. Feel that stretch, and then bring the head slowly over to the left, tracking the eyes. Feeling the right shoulder blade pressing down, and then gently coming back to the center. And we're going to bring the elbows toward each other. And just notice, let's do this a few times. Notice how what's going on with the shoulder blades and around the shoulder blades. And let's do a few more. And we're going to bring the arms all the way down out to the side, and knees roll to the right. We're still squeezing that ball. We're going to turn our head to the left and breathe and lengthen. And two more breaths. And then let's roll the legs over to the left. We're going to do the same thing. Lengthening the arm out to the right, turning our head to the right, and breathing. And notice how each exhale is allowing you to lengthen a little bit more, twist a little bit more. Let's take one more breath. And then we're going to bring our legs back to the center. Hands behind our head. Let's do some regular crunches and lift and lower. And two more like this. then let's start to straighten the legs up and bend and keep going. And as we do this, point and flex your feet. And a couple more. And we're going to put our feet back down, bring the arms down, roll the hips up, and feel the lengthening of the spine as we lift the hips. And press the feet down a little bit more, one more breath. And then let's roll the hips back down. We're going to bring our knees to our chest and bring the knees in and make some circles. And let's circle in the opposite direction. Now we're going to put our feet down, take the ball out of there and lift the hips and put it underneath us. And just feel the support for a second. Bring the legs 90 degrees. Palms are facing up, so shoulder blades are rolling together. Feel how the hips are pressing down. We're going to take one leg straight out and in, and then the other. And then slowly start to walk the legs up as you do this and balance on the ball. And feel like you're really pressing against gravity. So feel that resistance. And we're going to start to walk the legs back down. And then let's take both legs out and in. Squeeze the legs together. And we're going to add on, we're going to take the legs up and bend and out and do a few more of these, waking up the knees and the hips and the back of the legs. And let's do one more. And we're going to bring the legs up toward the ceiling and press the hips down, point and flex the feet. Take some nice slow breaths and make circles with the feet. And then circle in the opposite direction. And open them out, the legs out, and resist, slowly bringing them back in. So you feel that lengthening through the inner leg as you do this. And one more like this. And then as you have the legs open, let's reach the arms through and then over the head as the legs close. And feel that balancing on the ball. And a couple more. And we're going to add on. So let's bend the legs, hands behind the head, and bicycle elbow to knee. Just slowly. And a few more. And now let's let's put our feet back on the mat, but we're gonna slide the legs straight down and flex the feet and reach the arms over the head, roll the shoulders down. So we've got a pelvic tilt. We're breathing deeply into the belly. Notice the hip flexors opening because we're flexing our feet. Deep breath, one more breath. And then we're going to bend the legs, put the feet back down, arms back down by our sides, palms facing up. Cross the right foot over the left thigh. Let's lift and slowly lower. Almost touching, coming back up. We're only doing a few and really going for that stretch in the right hip and piriformis. Controlling the movement. And let's just do one more and hold the legs up so you feel that deeper stretch and how gravity is helping us out here. And one more deep breath. And let's release. We'll put the foot back down and uncross. Just feel for a second. Just notice the difference, any circulation. And then cross the left foot over the right thigh. We're going to do the same thing. Slowly resist as you lift and resist as you lower, hovering that foot. Notice where your body is helping you to stabilize. And let's do one more, and we're going to hold that leg up, thigh closer to the chest, and breathe. And one more breath. And then we're going to put the foot down and uncross and just feel. Just notice for a second any circulation in the lower body. Let's roll the hips up, but keep the ball where it is. Take a couple more slow breaths. And feel that breath in your belly. Really good. We're going to put the ball back where it was underneath our back and bring the legs up for happy baby. And rock a little side to side, or just hold and breathe and roll the shoulders down. So again, we're feeling our shoulder blades. And 3 more breaths. And let's try our half happy baby, left foot down on the mat and hold the right foot. So again, we're going back into that left hip flexor, left palm facing up so we're not gripping. And 3 more breaths. And then we're switching our legs and right foot down, holding the left foot. And 3 slow breaths. And then let's put our left foot down and we're going to roll the hips up, stretching the spine. We're going to move the ball out of the way this time. Walk the shoulder blades closer together and hands closer to your feet, or touch your feet or your ankles and lift the hips. And then let's roll the hips down. And we're going to come on over to our side and sit up. And let's sit cross-legged, crisscross applesauce. We're going to reach the arms out and up. And then bring the arms down. And let's try that again. Inhaling up. Exhaling, bringing our arms behind us and clasp our hands. Roll the shoulders down. Lean to the right. And start to feel that shoulder rolling open as you lengthen the side, pressing the left hip down. And then we're going over to the left, leaning to the left, right shoulder rolls down and open. And let's come to the center and bring the arms forward and hinging forward and taking a few more breaths. Let's walk our arms to the right. And over to the left. Back to the center. So we're going to come on up, lengthen the spine, twist to the right, roll the shoulders down. And let's twist to the left. And back to the center. So we're going to use our ball for our pretzel pose. So let's sit on our ball. And we're going to bring our right leg in front, left leg behind, and hands to our heart. And just feel the hip opening. So we're evening out our hips. We're going to twist the upper body to the right. Feel that stretch. Let's twist to the left. And to the center. We're going to take our right hand down, reach the left arm over, but we're going to let the hip come up. So maybe the forearm, this is kind of a back bend. Lengthening here and breathing. And one more breath, feel that lengthening. And let's come on up and go to the other side. Left hand down, right arm over. And a couple more deep breaths. And now we're going to come down and reach our arms forward, hinging from the hips. And take 3 more breaths. And let's come on up. And we're going to twist a little bit more to the right. This time letting the left hip come up and breathing. Finding that deeper twist and stretch. And 2 more breaths. And let's come back to the center. We're going to cross now, reach, bring that right knee to the center of yourself here and cross the left knee over the right. Gomukhasana. And sit up tall. We're going to reach the arms up over our head. Put our palms together. And our elbows are wide. 3 breaths. And then let's hinge forward a little bit. Take a couple more breaths. Release the head. And now we're going to come back up. And let's do the whole thing on the other side. So we're uncrossing, left leg in front, right leg behind for pretzel. First of all, we're just sitting comfortably, hands to our heart. Roll the shoulders down. Twist the upper body to the left. And then over to the right. Back to the center, reaching forward and breathing, hinging from the hips. And we're going to come back to the center, left hand down, right arm over. This is that back bend part, so maybe the forearm comes down and lengthen and breathe. And 2 more breaths. And let's come on up and over to the other side. Right one down, left arm over. And 2 more breaths. Really good. So now we're going to come back to the center. We're twisting to the left and letting the right hip come up, finding a deeper twist and stretch and breathing. And 1 more breath. We're coming back to the center, bringing the left knee to our center so we can cross the right knee over the left knee in Gomukhasana. We're going to inhale, reaching the arms up over our head, palms together, elbows wide, and breathe for 3 breaths. Notice how the ribs are widening with the breath. And then let's reach forward, hinging from the hips. Release the head. And 1 more breath. And let's come on up. And now we're going to uncross and we're going to bring our feet down on the floor, forward fold, hinging from the hips again. Stretch the back and let's see if we could do some cat-cows right here. We're on the ball. We're going to inhale, looking up and stretching. Exhale, bringing the head down, chin toward the chest. And slowly, a couple more times. And last one. Really good. Let's come back to neutral and we're going to come on off of the ball and over to hands and knees and do a couple more cat-cows. And we're going to add on. So as we bring the chin to chest, right knee in, and then right leg behind us. And switch legs. Left knee comes in and then extends behind us to stretch. And then back to our neutral spine. We're going to reach the arms up for a back bend. And then let's come into our puppy pose. And 1 more breath. Let's come down to sphinx and breathe into the belly. Notice the shoulder blades, how they're rolling down. And let's try our half arm plank. We're going to lift up. And then come into our child's pose. Let's walk our arms to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center, and then downward dog. And press one heel down and the other, kind of really work on stretching out the back of the legs a couple more times. And then both heels up, bend the knees, release the head, and let's walk to the top of our mat. And we're going to stay in our forward fold another couple of breaths. And roll all the way up. Head comes up last. Arms reach out and up. Hands to our heart. Twist the upper body to the right and to the left. And back to the center. Let's bring our elbows to our thighs. Come deeper into the hips. And then our forward fold. Right leg steps back to our lunge. Left arm up. And back to down dog. Right leg lifts up and steps forward. And the left. Let's try our halfway up and forward fold. Let's roll up again, one vertebrae at a time, pressing the feet down. Hands to our heart. Twist the upper body to the left and to the right. Back to the center, elbows to our thighs. Deeper into the hips. And forward fold. Left leg steps back. Take a deep breath and right arm up. Let's come back to down dog. And left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right. Halfway up and forward fold. And let's come all the way up. We're going to bring our arms now in a goalpost position. Right knee up, and just hold. And let's take the right leg back, warrior three. And step the leg back for warrior one, and take 3 more breaths. And arms reach forward, right hand down, left arm up. And both arms up, palms together. And let's clasp our hands behind us and come into humble warrior. And feel that lengthening, and take 3 more breaths. And let's come in our back bend, opening the throat. And then reach the arms out and up like a big bird. Take a breath. Let's step forward, hands to our heart, and just feel. We're going to reach the arms up. Arms in goalpost position, and then left knee up and hold. And then warrior three, left leg back. And then warrior one, leg steps all the way back, and 3 breaths. Arms reach forward, left fingers down, right arm up. And then both arms up with our palms together. And let's clasp our hands for humble warrior and feel that opening, and take 3 slow breaths. And let's come up in our back bend. Arms reach out and up and take a deep breath, warrior 1. And we're going to step forward, hands to our heart, and feel. Let's inhale up, exhale, forward fold, step back, down dog, and take a few breaths here. Feel the lengthening of the spine. And let's come into our child's pose, stretching the toes on the way down, bringing the arms behind us. Sitting up on our heels, twisting to the right. Twist to the left. Back to the center. We're going to come into our child's pose, slide the hands forward. Let's do a few iguanas and bring the hips forward and look up and come back to child's pose. And a couple more, staying low as you come forward. And last time. And let's come to downward dog. We're going to lift the right leg up. Let's step it forward in our lunge, and then our high lunge, arms come up. Twist to the right, cross the arm over, hands together. And left fingers down, right arm up. And let's come into our dragon here. So hands on the inside of the right foot. We're going to do our 5 push-ups. Take your time, try to lengthen a little bit more. And 1 more push-up. And let's come back to our downward dog and take a couple of breaths. And we're going to try it on the other side. Left leg lifts up, steps forward, and arms come up for our high lunge. Twist to the left, cross the arm over, hands together. And right fingers down, left arm up. And then let's come into dragon. So we're going to bring our left hand down and try our 5 push-ups on this side. And we've got 1 more. Step back, down dog. Take a couple of breaths, feel the difference, and really engage the shoulder blades as you roll them down. We're going to come into another child's pose, stretching the toes. This time in our puppy pose, let's put our elbows down, hands together behind our head, and take 3 more breaths. And then clasping our hands, putting them down, the forearms down, coming into our half arm plank. And then into dolphin, lifting the hips up, walking forward. Coming up on our toes. And 3 more breaths. And then walking back to that half arm plank. And then belly down in sphinx. And just feel the release in the spine. 2 more breaths. And we're going to come all the way down, reach the arms over the head so we can really breathe into the belly. And bending the right leg, let's hold the right ankle or foot and press the thigh into the mat. And 1 more breath. And release the right leg. Let's switch legs, so we're going to hold the left one. And 1 more breath. And then we're going to release that and bring our hands underneath the shoulders off the mat. So as you breathe in here, we're going to do our 5 cobras with the hands off the mat. Notice how the breath is lifting and lowering you. We've got 1 more. We're going to press back to child's pose. And sit up on our heels again. This time let's take our right hand down, left arm over for a side stretch. And 1 more breath. Let's go to the other side, left hand down, right arm over. And then we're going to bring the hand back down, but let's put our hands by the feet here and lift the hips up, a little stretch, 3 breaths. And then sitting back on the heels, let's come to hands and knees. Feel a neutral spine. And we're going to come into bird dog, right leg behind us, left arm in front, pointing the toes, bringing that right leg down and up halfway, 5 times. And we've got 1 more. And let's put that hand and knee down and take a breath. And switch, left leg, right arm, point the toes. And here we go, down and up with that left leg, 5 times. And then put the hand and the knee down. Let's reach the arms up overhead for a little back bend and lengthen. And then bringing our hands back down, we're going to lift up, down dog, 3 breaths. Let's lift our right leg up. We're going to come into warrior 2. And take a few breaths. And reverse. Let's bring the forearm down, left arm over, and lengthen, rolling the chest open again like a back bend. And then into reverse, left arm down, right arm up. And let's hover the right hand or fingers down on the inside of the right foot. And back to warrior 2, 3 breaths. And Trikonasana. Let's come all the way back up. And we're going to come into our wide-legged pose. Flip the palms up. Take the right hand down, left arm up, lengthening. And go to the other side, left arm down, right arm up. And then both arms up, reaching up a little back bend, and then forward fold. Let's go side to side with our legs, transverse lunges. And let's walk ourselves over to a right side lunge and see if it's a little longer, a little deeper. And then over to the left side lunge, same thing. And to the center, forward fold, 3 breaths. And let's come all the way up, reaching up for our back bend to lengthen. And we're going to go to our left side, warrior 2. And then reverse. And our forearm comes down to the left thigh and reach that right arm over, rolling the chest open. Back to reverse. And then fingertips hover down on the inside of our left foot. Right arm up. And warrior 2. And Trikonasana. And one more breath. Let's come on up. So let's clasp our hands this time over our head and lengthen and lean to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center, forward fold. And just let the head hang here. 3 more breaths. We're going to be umpires, so bending the legs, elbows to the thighs. Come deeper into the hips in this wide pose. And then let's come all the way up into our back bend. And then goddess pose, turning the feet out and elbows open and closed. And 3 more breaths. Let's inhale up and come back to down dog and see how it feels. And now we're going to walk to the top of our mat. And when you get there, hold the elbows for our forward fold. And let's release the arms coming all the way up. And hands to our heart. And just feel. Let's walk our legs together, and then we're going to come into eagle, right knee over the left knee, left elbow over the right, and hinging forward, elbows to our thighs. And 2 more breaths. And then let's slowly come on up and uncross, hands together. We're going to go to the other side, crossing the left knee over the right knee, right elbow over the left, and hinging forward. And a couple more slow breaths. And then we're going to come all the way back up to standing and uncross. Let's bring our arms down by our sides. Roll the shoulders down. And feel the lengthening of the spine. We're going to come down in our squat. And you could rock back and forth if the Achilles are a little bit tight here. Whatever is feeling comfortable, whatever you're working on. We're going to take a few more breaths. And then let's roll down, and we're going to bring our knees to our chest. And just hug them in and do some circles with the hips. So as you close your eyes, notice the back of your body. And circle in the opposite direction. Let's try our happy baby. And whatever is comfortable here, rocking a little side to side, feeling your breath. Allowing your head to completely press down into the mat. Let's bring our feet together, Baddha Konasana. And keep breathing, allowing gravity to open up the inner legs. We'll take 3 slow breaths. Now let's put our feet flat on the mat. We're going to roll the hips up, just like when we started, and lift a little bit higher. And a couple more breaths. And then rolling down. And let's cross the right knee over the left. We're going to roll the legs over to the left in our spinal twist and breathe. And feel gravity and how it's helping the hips to release tension. And 3 slow breaths. And then we're going to come back to the center and uncross. And let's go to the other side, the left knee over the right, rolling the legs to the right and breathing. Completely relax. Notice the breath in the belly and opening the ribs and gently lifting the upper chest. Let's take one more breath. And now we're going to come back to the center and uncross the legs. And let's lift the hips and put the ball underneath our back. And keep the feet down for a couple of breaths. Just notice gravity, how it's helping the hips, and we're releasing the belly. Notice the softness in the upper body and the lower body. And we're going to bring the legs up for Viparita Karani and continue to relax and feel this release of tension in the legs and the feet. And noticing the breath again in the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. We're feeling the shape of our body pressing into the mat, how the shoulder blades are pressing down the head, and we're balancing on our ball. And with each inhale, we're wishing ourselves good health and harmony to all of our cells and molecules. And peace for our homes and families and communities. And wishing peace for our brothers and sisters everywhere, all over the world. Feeling that peace entering the entire world. And one more deep breath. And let's bend the legs. We're going to put our feet back on the mat and take a couple of breaths. Feel how circulation is entering into the legs and the feet. Now let's roll up off of the ball and take the ball away. And we're going to roll over to the side and come on up to our seated position. And let's bring our hands to our heart and feel, sealing in our practice together. Let's take a deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, everybody, for coming today. Happy Friday.
Very nice, thanks.
We're so glad to have you back, Bill.
Thank you, nice to be here.
Good. And Pam, how are you feeling? So-so. Okay. Anyway, I hope you are feeling better, Pam. And Carol, was that all right? Was that
That
a good?
was wonderful.
Oh, good. Good.
Wonderful. And at least Pam made it to the end.
Yeah, you did. So proud of you. Okay, everybody, have a good weekend.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye. Thanks, Joni.
Sorry, I can't start my video. Okay.
That's okay, we know you're there, we're happy to see you.
I'm watching.
Bye.